organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up tonight on Daily Iowan TV, there's another option campus dining, but it might not be what you would think.
And the latest on the Democratic presidential race. Find out who is no longer in the running.
We take a break from the typical fall sports of soccer, football, field hockey, and volleyball.
Find out what some other Iowa teams have been up to later on sports.
All that and more coming up.
Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Cole Johnson.
And I'm Nikki Crossway. Presidential candidate Jim Webb announced Tuesday that he will be dropping out of the Democratic presidential race. Webb has been fairly quiet in the race and has made trouble raising money and building a campaign. After receiving little support and polling at 1% on the Democratic side, the former Republican said he might consider running as an independent.
We Bleed Black and Gold could be seen on t-shirts around campus Tuesday, but what most students probably didn't realize, they weren't just spirit shirts. Daily Iowan TV reporter Andrew Roberts looked into what those t-shirts were really about.
Here at the University of Iowa, fall is a prime time to donate blood to the UI's DeGowan Blood Center. Throughout the week, the center is hosting blood drives across Iowa City that benefit patients locally at the UI hospitals and clinics. And as you can see, I decided to join in the giving as well. Here in the U.S., every 3 seconds someone needs blood, with nearly 32,000 pints being used daily for organ transplants, cancer therapies, and bone marrow transplants, among other things. The DeGowan Blood Center collects blood from students to be used in the UIHC, but the center faces seasonal problems.
Being on a university campus, we of course rely heavily on our students and faculty. And during winter times, a lot of them go home. Also, cold and flu season picks up, and so that really hurts the number of donations during that time frame. But usage usually will stay the same or increase even.
To combat the drop-off, the center offers incentives to donors that include anything from sunglasses and t-shirts to burritos and ice cream, which ultimately have been successful thus far.
We had about as equal amount of walk-ins as we did appointments. That's always good. Turned out about 50 people came in, so that's always great. The summer we kind of had a decline, so this is always good.
The DeGowan Blood Center is always looking for more donors to help save lives. For more information, you can visit their website. Reporting from Hillcrest Hall, I'm Andrew Roberts for Daily Iowan TV.
As Bruce Harreld's first day in office quickly approaches, controversy over his hiring is still being felt on campus. A protest is set for 3 p.m. Wednesday afternoon outside the Iowa Memorial Union, leading up to the Board of Regents meeting at 3:30. A new group on campus called Iowans Defending Our Universities organized the protest because they feel that Regents President Bruce Rossiter recruited Harreld himself and did not give the other candidates the same chance. According to the Facebook event page, more than 400 people are expected to show up and over 200,000 are invited.
Napping is one of a college student's favorite things to do between classes, but it can be hard to do if you live far away. A change may be coming soon, though. The University of Iowa Student Government, UISG, is working on making the Iowa Memorial Union the official site on campus for napping by creating napping stations. The idea was presented at a meeting last week, and if passed, the UISG plans to spend over $6,000 to complete the project. The stations would all have low lights, complete silence, and recliners.
While many Iowa City citizens eat lunch traditional restaurants or bring food from home, there are other options on the street. Daily Iowan TV reporter Kelsey Stanger caught up with foodies on the street.
All around Iowa City, there is a growing number of food trucks. They can be found at the farmers market, late night at the Ped Mall, and even on campus. The box lunch has been open for 3 years now and can be found outside of Lincoln Center 2 times a week and all over town.
I've always wanted a 50s, 60s style diner, and I thought this would be the perfect alternative. Have wheels, will travel.
After being a mechanical engineer for 35 years, Wolford decided to follow her dreams and opened up her first food truck. While she says you not only have to be a cook but a mechanic as well to keep them running, she's glad that she became a part of the food truck culture.
We've come pretty far in the last couple years, just helping with changing the ordinance in some of the cities here, so I think it'll just continue to grow.
Wolford's truck features burgers and grilled cheeses and even tacos that pair perfectly with milkshakes and fries. Food trucks on campus give students an alternative to traditional eateries.
I think it's awesome. I think it's still definitely developing in Iowa City though, because it's not overly common, like you don't see one like on every like street corner or something like that. But
At the Linquist Center in Iowa City, I'm Kelsey Sanger, Daily Iowan TV.
The historic Ned Ashton House in Iowa City that was damaged in the 2008 flood will soon be back to what it used to be. The Iowa City Parks and Recreation Department and Project Green are receiving over $150,000 grant from the Iowa Department of Natural Resources for restoring the house and landscaping around it. Trees will be replaced, terraces will be installed, and new botanical gardens will be built. Excuse me. Nikki, I don't know about you, but I got soaked running into the studio today.
Yeah, Cole, I did too. I wonder how long this dreary weather will last. Andrew, what do you have for us in the weather studio?
Well, guys, I have some bad news and some good news. The rain that we are having today will go away, but it will return before we know it. Looking to Wednesday morning, temps will be average in the morning, sitting in the upper 50s with partly cloudy skies. And as we transition into the afternoon, temperatures will be even warmer as we will reach a high of 75 with cloudy skies continuing. As for the evening, the clouds will be going nowhere, but the temp will decrease just a little into the low 60s. To close out your week, Thursday, the highs will continue to be warmer in the upper 60s, and we'll have a low of 50 degrees as the clouds will still be blocking out the sun. Friday, the much dreaded rain will make another appearance, so grab an umbrella or raincoat when making your way out the door to class. Highs for Friday will be near the low 60s, and lows will sit in the mid 50s. Thankfully, there is no game at Kinnick this weekend because the weather will still be quite unpleasant, as we will have partly cloudy skies with temps dropping down a bit. The high will be 65 degrees, and the low will be a cold 41. Sunday, the sun will finally make its way out from under the clouds, with temperatures being nearly identical to Saturday in the low 60s during the day and the low 40s during the morning and evening. And this will carry over to start out your week on Monday. That's all I have for you today in the weather studio. Back to you at the desk.
Canada elected its first new leader in nearly a decade. Justin Trudeau defeated incumbent Prime Minister Stephen Harper, denying him a fourth term. Harper held the position since February 2006. The victory also handed over the absolute majority from the Republicans to the Democrats. To have the majority, 170 seats are needed. The Democrats secured 184. Harper said he will resign as leader of the Conservative Party, but he will remain in Parliament as a lawmaker.
After serving just 1 year in a South African prison, Oscar Pistorius was released yesterday. His release came 1 day earlier than expected. Pistorius was sentenced to 5 years in prison after shooting and killing his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, when he mistook her for an intruder in 2013. He will continue his 5-year sentence under house arrest. The Steenkamp family said they didn't have a problem with Pistorius' release and they have forgiven him.
The United States and Russia signed an agreement Tuesday to decrease the risk of collisions over the airspace in Syria. Russia demanded that the contents of the agreement be kept secret. Both countries are currently deploying airstrikes in the region, creating a need for communication between the two militaries. A Pentagon spokesman said the agreement includes how both countries need to communicate, safety protocols, and sets up a committee to work out for future conflicts.
The NCAA record for attendance at a wrestling dual meet won't just be broken, it looks like it'll be shattered. The current record crowd for a duel is nearly 16,000 set at Penn State in 2013. But as of Tuesday, a little over 28,000 tickets have been sold for the November 14th grapple on the gridiron against Oklahoma State. All the reserve seats for the meet have been sold, and all remaining tickets are general admission. If you're interested in buying a ticket for the historic meet, visit HawkeyeSports.com for the information.
Well, Nikki, I still need to get my ticket because my dad's going to be coming into town for that meet.
Same, I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, definitely not. Well, let's toss it over to Mark and Alec in the sports studio to get everything black and gold. Guys?
As it has been an exciting season so far for Iowa sports, we'll take a look at one Iowa athlete's powerful first fall as a Hawkeye.
Before we dive into that, we head over to the pool.
The Iowa swimming and diving team hosted Michigan State last Thursday and Friday.
The women's team hosted the University of Northern Iowa Panthers on Friday as well. Sports reporter Katie Reber has more.
Iowa's men and women's swimming and diving teams continued their tough play through the Big Ten as they hosted Michigan State here at the University of Iowa Natatorium. The Hawkeye men's team started Thursday night strong, and the women's team kept the pace. The Hawkeye women led the Spartans 44-9, winning 3 events. Freshmen Kelly McNamara, junior Emma Sogstead, and seniors Olivia Kabasinski and Allie Orvis put the first victory on the board for the Hawks as they won the opening event, finishing the 200 medley relay in just under 1 minute and 44 seconds. The men's team continued the Hawkeye momentum as they won all 4 events, taking a 62-12 lead. They were off to a quick start as they won their first event, finishing the 200 freestyle relay in just under 1 minute and 22 seconds. This victorious team consisted of freshman Matt Kamen, juniors Jackson Halsmer and Brandon Farnham, and senior Jackson Allen. Allen, along with the rest of the team, was loving the atmosphere of the Big Ten competition and some other competition.
It's just a fun atmosphere to race in, and there's always some friendly competition. My teammate Tyler Nichols was, there's a little bit of trash talk going on, and he's got it. We always go after it in practice too, so he's got a great work ethic and in the pool and in the weight room, and we like to have fun racing each other, and so it was just another race.
The Hawkeyes also took the top 4 places in the diving event on Thursday night, and both the Hawkeye men and women carried the momentum through Friday as the men defeated the Spartans 188-91 and the women dominated 165-132, winning 12 events. Head coach Mark Long was excited for his team to hit the Big Ten water.
To have a home meet like this against a Big Ten team, it's a different energy, and so it's fun to see.
Happy with the weekend's win, head coach Mark Long says the goal is to still keep on working.
That is nice, but the goal is we're just continuing trying to get better and better in the pool and on the boards. So it's a nice byproduct, but we're just trying to make everybody better and keep racing away and diving away.
From the University of Iowa Natatorium, this has been Katie Reber, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Both men's and women's diving teams and swimming teams are undefeated so far and this season and will continue their Big Ten competition on October 30th as they host Minnesota.
Sounds like an exciting start to their seasons.
Definitely. And just as they were getting started, their season has come to the end as fall ball has come to a close.
The newest additions to the Iowa baseball team definitely made a statement this fall, starting their careers as Hawkeyes. These 16 new members joined a group that has become more than just teammates.
Jordan Maloney has the story.
If you had to use one word to describe the chemistry of the University of Iowa baseball team, head coach Rick Heller would say,
family.
And this family continues to grow as they added 16 new members over the offseason.
We just got a lot of good young guys that need to step up and fill roles, and I think they're going to.
And this fall, these newcomers have shown why they were ranked the 18th best recruiting class in the nation. As the team veterans struggled offensively last season, these rookies have definitely stepped up to the plate. In their fall ball season, these 16 new faces have shown just how powerful they can perform, both offensively and defensively. And one of these new faces adds to more than just the team's bond. Sliding into his new home base at University of Iowa, Mason McCoy brought some impressive baggage to Iowa City.
Got in Mason McCoy, who had a fantastic season in the Northwoods League, was a player of the year and set all kinds of records. And I think he's going to step up and fill some of the offensive void that we lost with some of the seniors.
Transferring from Illinois Central Community College, McCoy joins the Hawkeyes as a junior and is coming off of a record-setting summer ball season. The second baseman led the Northwood Summer League in hits, batting average, and runs scored, leading him to be named the league's MVP as well as a Summer Collegiate All-American. As they conclude their fall ball season, McCoy and the rest of New Hawkeyes hope to continue improving before the start of the regular season. That's all for today from Dwayne Banksfield. I'm Jordan Maloney with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Alec, the college baseball regular season seems pretty far away, but baseball fans have had plenty of entertainment right now with the MLB postseason.
Yeah, right now as a Cubs fan being down 0-2, it's rough, but you never can stop believing.
Well, tonight's game against the Mets in Game 3 of the NLCS will be interesting. That's all we have in the sports studio. Nikki and Cole, back to you at the desk.
A Cedar Rapids man is making national headlines for his unique proposal. Dan Boardman proposed to his girlfriend Jillian Faborg, using the local paper. Months before their trip to Lake Michigan, Boardman contacted the ad department of the local paper. The morning of the proposal, he retrieved the magazine and drew his girlfriend's attention to the page, saying there was a strange article she needed to see. The ad was a love note from Boardman, but when she finished reading and turned his way, he was down on one knee. The two plan to tie the knot November 5th, 2016. Well, that's all we have for you tonight on Daily Iowan TV.
Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between now and Sunday. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Nikki Crossway.
And I'm Cole Johnson. Have a good night.